the Black Network folks um, paid Sean for information on the location of the mine. Um, the Order of the Gauntlet gave Mike a fat barrel of cider for the location of the mine, and then the Harpers from the Shrine of Luck gave Gary 3 healing potions for the location of the mine.
Which, by the way, Pat, you have one of those potions.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So did I get a chance? I guess I don't get a chance to talk to the Emerald Enclave, huh?
No, you did went down because of that.
Okay.
We wanted you to have your chance.
Well,
You're welcome.
the trick is there is no Emerald Enclave in town. You've got to find the druid or whatever. But
That's wrong.
Okay.
Never mind.
That's fine.
But I think you knew
I
that
gotta
the
hear this
druid. I think you knew the druid was headed back to GoldenFields. So you've at least got that information. There was some leads for work in Nightstone, leads for work in Bryn Shander, and I believe some leads for work in GoldenFields.
Involving giants, usually. A lot of
Well,
giant talk.
You don't know that. Yeah, there is a lot of giant talk.
Murmuring.
They went back. They went back to the tavern. Nobody discussed the hand of Uru. You know, the
Regrettably.
Oh, yeah.
golden monkey paw with any of the faction contacts. There was drinking. You guys ran into Kilgore Pescadero and his crew in the Stonehill Inn. Apparently, the necromancer that was over by the Old Owl Well has been assassinated for his spell book. But I suspect you guys probably knew that already. And Kilgore was talking about cloud giant fortresses floating around and being excited that he might get his hands on a cloud giant spellbook.
Hmm.
So did we ever figure out what to do with our dark army?
Nope.
No, not yet.
I think the ultimate decision was two. I think two people had decided that the hand was probably not magic at all. Amanda says, no, don't give him the hand. And Sean is like, fuck yeah, give him the hand. And since the other two were like, it's just a fucking hand, give it to him. Looks like you guys are leaning towards giving it to the orc.
But you're here now, Pat, so you can your proxy vote can become a real vote now. Yeah.
What is his hand?
It's the hand of Uru. When you guys were digging through the loot sack in the mine from Nesnar the Spider, who fully escaped. He's just gone. But when you were digging through his loot sack, you guys found an orcish hand that seemed very well preserved for a 500 plus year old hand.
All right. Well, if we're just hanging out right now, and if we're discussing whether or not it's magic, can I cast detect magic on it? I have that now.
Oh, sure. You cast detect magic on it. That fucker glows.
Hey, it's in my pocket.
Sean's pocket's glowing.
You better have brought it up for the rest of the class.
You cast detect magic. You look over at Sean, and you know his mace is glowing, his staff is glowing, and something in his pocket seems to be glowing.
Maybe I'm
on the specifics for the spell, like I should be able to get to know what type of magic it is. I don't get to know the spell, but I get to know the type of magic. I think you might want to check that. I don't have my book handy.
I will say that it is got I don't know, is divine magic one of the magics? It's
I think maybe.
Or is just divine the way they cast? Let me get a quick look at something. It's definitely got a...
What's that?
Tapatio?
Tapatio?
Yo, Doritos?
That's the name of my favorite Mexican restaurant in Lake Charles. They make Doritos now?
Well, it's not that restaurant. Because Tapatio is an actual word that is broadly, you know.
You know
much
more
like
than I do.
So it is enchantment and conjuration.
Oh. Alright, well I'll relay that to everybody else. Now we know it is magical and it is some kind of enchantment conjuration something or other.
We didn't know that
I know exactly
before.
what it does.
No, we just thought it was a perverted.
You still want to hand it over? I
Can you use it,
hang on to a magic artifact.
I don't know about handing it over.
How would you use a magic artifact?
Right, we could
as a noob.
Use it as leverage, maybe.
No, could you use something like that?
Have to,
It requires attunement, but you guys spent
that's
time with it attempting to attune, but there was no insights garnered from the...
Right, so basically it's too powerful for any of us to use.
Or it's, you know, or it's racist.
Right.
So it's more of like a valued asset than it is something that we can use its magic to do some magic, right?
Right, it seems like a bargaining chip.
Okay. I don't know magic, that's why I ask. I'm sorry, Amanda.
Yep.
Go.
She's talking to her cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
my cat. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I kept interrupting you.
I'm sorry. I was like, what?
She didn't hit mute and she talked to the cat.
I was talking to the kitty cat. Come here, kitty cat. Come here, kitty cat.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys are kind of to the world now. You've got some leads on some other cities that could use some investigations. You've got a hand and a dark army.
Oh, Fred.
I kind of want to hang on to the hand. Not necessarily like I want to keep it. I just don't want to bring it to them. Since like we have the leverage, let them come to us.
Where do you have them go?
I don't know. I'm just speaking in general. Like, instead of us basing our whole campaign around dropping this hand off.
You're going to have them come meet you in Phandalin?
I wouldn't even reach out that far. I'm just saying, I don't know if we... Is it something that we have to do at this moment? I guess is what I'm getting to.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's like if I had the choice right now to, I don't know, go drop off a dead hand with some magic. You know, it's money. You know, it's work.
Anybody do anything in town?
Well, I'm just saying, don't we have other quests we can go jump on? Or, you know, I mean, before we would finish off anything in town. I'm just speaking, like,
I just kind of wanted to buy a few more weapons. I wanted some more throwing daggers and another hand axe.
go.
Yeah. Market, you got it. You guys have been in town overnight. You know, you guys been hanging out. People have moved around, so you've had enough downtime to kind of do whatever.
I did silver my shirt. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm actually good now. I got that. I have the awesome breastplate that we picked up, so it's fancy, gilded.
And
dragon
dragony.
armor.
And now you don't need 400 gold to buy one. You got one.
All right. I was lucky.
More money for the party.
Oh man.
You're welcome. Like right before we went to bed at the end, we handed your breastplate off to a drunken dwarf with the bedazzler and a hot glue gun and a big ass bag of glittery shit from Party City. So you're welcome. You know how you like things that look pretty.
Peacock feathers.
Come on, guys. We can make it. I'm trying to squeeze past a wreck right now.
Well, in the spirit of Kung Fu, you'd want that breastplate to look all garish and whatnot.
Yes, I never did manage to get my easy tag. Turns out all the stores are closed. You got to do it by mail, so I got to wait.
Are you on the road right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I'm coming into Tomball right now.
Oh good Lord!
I just got off 45.
Yeah. See, Pat is dedicated. Let that be an example to all of you.
Well, if he's dedicated, he'd have a phone and an Android tablet playing Roll20 and communicating. But whatever, you lazy shit. I'm joking, Pat. I'm so joking. I thought you were outside, man. I can't believe. Wow.
Oh no.
I can't tie my shoes.
That's why I have my thing. I'll turn my camera on for a second. I don't know what y'all can see.
Oh Jesus! Look at all those guns and fire, and explosions, and midgets. Holy shit! I mean,
welcome to
people.
a big city.
Somebody's trying to clean your windshield.
They prefer the term "we folk."
Well, it's almost Christmas time. You're supposed to call them elves.
Oh man.
Only if they're getting paid by the hour and wearing a green hat.
Yeah. I could be an elf this year.
Okay, so we're doing some shopping. We got some rest. So what do we want to do tonight? I mean, what's the plan? I don't know if we're speaking in character or not.
It's kind of hard for me to do stuff, so I'm up for killing stuff, but I'm
yeah, but you're like
right now.
20-30 minutes away. I mean, we could figure this out.
There's discussions to be had before you can
Yeah.
find your way to win. I mean,
Well, I'm coming through Tomball, and every damn time I come through here, they make this shit slower. Looking at a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit right now.
So,
Bastards.
wow, Sean, when we played last Wednesday, when we played Wednesday, why were we so eager to get to the orcs? There was something other than dropping off the hand, wasn't there? Like, is that a decision point for a quest?
Check up on them, really, and see how it's going, you know.
We can do that on the way.
And be a threat, then we might as well take them out.
Yeah.
Or we could use that hand as leverage against them. You know, we can use it for them or against them.
You know, it's pretty valuable now. Like, I mean, it's magic. You know, sure, it does something cool, but I mean, I think we've established you have to be an orc.
Right. So we know we can't do something with it. So do we want to hand it over to the people who can do something with it? Can we control them? I mean,
somebody else.
Well, I mean, we kind of want to be able to control the person that we give it to. And I mean, just
I don't know if we're gonna
speaking.
be able to do that with these guys in the cave.
yeah, I mean, I think your two biggest choices with the hand is, do you bring it to the more civilized king orc who's trying to, you know, rebuild treaties and set things up to where there's an orc city and trading post, or do you bring it to the warmonger?
What'd you say, Sean? Highest bidder?
I mean, my character, I might say one thing or another myself, but my character,
Let me look up your character sheet.
like, chaos.
His
And
character wants to hand it over.
Yeah, my character wants to hand it over to the Eagle Army.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not without stipulations, of course.
I
So,
would say that Atchwack would probably
Get it.
be against it, but doesn't really have Atchwack doesn't have that much of an understanding of kingdoms and whatnot. so yeah.
Right.
it
I
really
don't know. Like, I mean, I think this army, like, if we make this army, we might be making problems for ourselves in the future because they're going to go off and start chaos, and then
I mean, we might be making ourselves a lot of fun, too.
I'm Wilbro, and I have a sense of justice. I like things to be right, but I do also have a tendency for chaos. Per my character and backstory.
Do we all have chaotic in our alignment?
I think so. So I will say I'm indifferent on the hand. That's up to you, 3 or 4. You got 2
Well, I'm
magic
down
use.
Or not giving to them without anything in return. You
I know,
what I
but my character would probably more want it to go to the king with the trade and the established, the more civilized route. But there's that little chaos thing there, so that makes me want to pull back. I'm not sure.
mean?
But it is a game. I won't go to hell. I mean, I'm going to go to hell for other reasons, but not for anything I did in this game. So,
Well, I'm just worried about us, like, later on coming across, like, an army of orcs that we're going to have to deal with.
that might be fun, though.
Right.
Not if we're having to fight them.
Well, no, that's exactly why I like playing, is to fight.
Yeah.
After we murdered a bunch.
If we want to trade it to them, for something, then I'm down with it. We can go with that.
Yeah, I say we just don't tell them that we have it, and just say, look, we know where it's at, we can get it for you, but we need something of equal value or greater.
Well, I think we should present that to both parties and fill both out before we proceed.
That's even more chaotic.
But we give justice a shot. It's balanced chaos. That's what my character's for.
Let's go stir up as much shit as you can, huh?
Well, stirring up some justice.
Uh-oh.
Did you leave the meeting on purpose, baby? Oh, okay. It was an accident.
We have offended Aaron with our talk of chaos and justice.
Yeah, Amanda, what do you think?
She's getting on. She can't hear you.
But yeah, Sean made me think about that differently. There's what I would do and there's what my character would do, and I guess I should think harder about what my character should do, just as general gameplay. I'm new to this. I'm getting it.
Right. I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, the adventures are going to continue.
Right.
So it's, but yeah.
I need to be more in character. I may not be method. It may not be my method, but I get it.
So yeah. So Lord Nebber member dressed like a. You remember the singing grapes? But
California raisins?
that's the one.
Robert went for Halloween one year dressed as a California raisin.
Nice.
His costume was some purple tights and a black trash bag.
Hopefully he doesn't have any pictures for that within another
Mom does.
few years. That'll be considered. They were all jazz musicians, that's considered, beyond the But off they go. They head up. They're, you know, talking about how they should have been protected by the Lord's Alliance, and you know,
Son of a bitch.
they're
Really
headed
doing a thing.
they're headed where they want to go.
All right. Well, we want to head in the opposite direction, I would assume.
I thought we
Yeah.
were looking for giants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we were
chaos.
headed. That's right. We were.
And so you guys, you know, continue down the road. Once you get to the next town is Leylon. It's pretty close to where you guys were at, but you know you're still looking at a half day's more travel to have gotten there. It's pretty well deserted. There's maybe one or two, you know, town guard that stayed back, but yeah, everything at this point is empty. There's a few houses that you know have rocks that landed directly into them. There's you know the butcher shops smashed and emptied. The grain stores are, you know, large warehouses with big holes in them. They've been raided bare. It's a pretty desolate sight. Any of the town guards that are left, upon being questioned, you know, provide much the same sort of thing. They're like, holy shit, these 3 hill giants came in with a good number of goblin folk and ogres, and they just specifically took all of our food and hauled ass back into the mountains and hills.
I guess when they say all their food, they don't mean what was on their table. They mean their grain stores and everything. So everybody's gonna die unless we do something, right?
You tend to think the majority of, I mean, like I said, there are literally like 3 guards that stayed in town. The town is full on deserted. So
like,
anyone who's needed food is headed off in another direction to go find it, whether they went south to Waterdeep or whether they were within that 15 people group headed up north.
Okay, well, we're after the giants, right? Or after the thing, whatever this is, right?
John,
I mean, you
ultimate
guys
goal
were
is
headed
find
to
giants.
Waterdeep. You guys had information about
Yeah, Leylon's not far
both.
enough.
I believe it was the Order of the Gauntlet, and had spoke to Mike about GoldenFields. You know that the Emerald Order is the Druid was headed to GoldenFields, and the Zentharum was interested in having Sean scope out Nightstone.
Right. Which
They-
is, yeah, on the road.
Nobody was too terribly specific about what they needed there, but you know had said that there would be contacts for, you know, for the faction, and that there would be more work in each of those areas.
So basically, Leylon seems like everybody's abandoned it.
Yeah.
And,
So,
I mean,
I mean, so
instead
we
of
know
you
there's
could
giants.
do a little
I
bit of
assume
it.
that there's no valuables left around, huh?
You're more than welcome to kind of look around, but there doesn't seem to be anything of major value. There's some ruins that were basically look like an old tower. The road is pretty freshly built out here. It doesn't look any more than 5 years old. It seems to be a pretty recent settlement.
Anybody want to check out that tower?
Mm.
Might
Yeah.
as well climb up there and see what we see.
Oh,
mean,
that's a
there's-
good point. It might be a good van. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Well, it's by ruins. I mean, you know, it's like
A wall.
No.
a circle of a certain amount of wall. In fact, the road itself kind of goes right through. Like as you kind of come up, there's a large foundation of what was once a tower, and the road's just pushing straight through there. It was fully demolished to make that space.
Never mind.
Do these ruins align with any star constellations? Or I've been watching too much Ancient Aliens.
You've been watching too much Ancient Aliens.
It's contact.
Yeah, you gotta ask yourself.
I'll
not
stop.
that's
Tim.
But it's safe.
What?
It's safe.
It's safe.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
okay.
it's hair gel, but it's hair gel. So this road, is there a Buc-ee's on either side of town?
No Buc-ee's or Stuckies. It's no Arby's. If there had been, they would not have the meat.
One more
hill
thing about this
giant.
town. You said there were a few guards that stayed. Are any of them?
There was
friendly?
like 3 of them.
Are they
Are any
guarding
of them what?
You
anything?
asked them what happened.
Basically, yeah, they let you know that, you know, same thing as the villagers. They said, you know, maybe outside of one person died when a rock hit their house, but that didn't seem to be a directed attack, more of a tactic to get people to scatter. The goblins, the ogres, the giants, they seem to have one thing on their mind, and that was gathering whatever food they could and then getting out of town.
So I guess we should just keep heading through here.
I think so.
Yeah, you know, they let you know, as you get close to the far end of the Mare of the Dead Men, which is, you gather the swamp, as they point out at the swamp. As you round the other side of it, there is a Karnath Roadhouse, and he said unless they've met our same fate, there should be beds and.
Yeah, did you say Roadhouse?
Did say
It's
Roadhouse.
a roadhouse.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to.
I kind of place.
an out of
Yeah,
context roundhouse.
Looks like Xenos is gonna get paid to keep the peace.
I think we should circle around that house before we stop at that roadhouse.
Start
Yeah,
ripping
circle
throats.
around the house. And yeah, I said it.
So this place is like a tavern, bar, inn, all that or something?
More or less, it's as you guys, I'm assuming you continue south, moving towards Waterdeep. You kind of come up to the Karnath Roadhouse. It's basically a wagon depot. It's got a tavern, and an inn. It's foggy, mosquito-y. I mean, it's definitely, the type of terrain you expect between, bordered by mountain hills and swamp.
The old wagon stop.
Any kind of plants, like medicinal plants?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably spend some time trying to sort things out.
I mean, can I just see if there's anything that I can see specifically, like from the road, or looking out for anything, like some kind of medicinal plant. It is a swamp. Maybe there's some good mushrooms around.
Go ahead, roll me an investigation check.
All right. That will be, what's that? 15. So 15 plus 0.
Yeah, I mean, you find some plants, nothing too special, but things with foraging up things that have antibiotic properties, stuff that can help you round out your current medicine kit. So if you've used 3 of those, you find enough at least plant material to kind of round your kit back up to 10 uses.
That's cool. Yeah, because I did use it a few times.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So if you can see my sad-looking flesh-colored mark on the main road, that's kind of where you're coming up to the roadhouse. The Carnath Roadhouse.
All right. Well,
kind of getting late in the day, and so seems as good a place as any to stop. You can press on and go through the night if you want to, risk exhaustion, or get further out and just set up camp. But kind of up to you guys.
I mean, we could stay there too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Could we do the 4-hour thing, where I just have my trance?
Yeah,
I
mean,
because Amanda's already out. Never mind, we can't do that.
No, I mean, I would say that would help out if if you guys are camping in the wilderness.
Well, there was that one time where, like, I drove for 4 hours while Amanda was in a trance, and then she drove for 4 hours while I was in a trance, and everybody else slept on their wagon, and we didn't have to stop.
Right.
Convoy
I mean,
style.
if you guys want to push through, but it's up to you.
If it speeds things along, then I would, but if it doesn't really make a difference.
There's nothing going on at this roadhouse?
If you step inside, I mean,
going down at the roadhouse.
Well, let's
I
go
thought we
inside.
were in already. I was already down for it. I'm hopping off the wagon and running there.
Well, I mean, there's no need to hop off the wagon and run. It's a depot, they got people ready to tend to your horses. You throw them a couple of silver pieces, and they help them out, get them fed, brushed, set up. There's a full tavern. You go in. There's quite a few people. Within this group, there's a mix. There's shady smuggler-looking types, merchants. Then you see another obvious set of probably 15 to 20 sad sack looking sons of bitches with what looks like everything they could carry as they fled somewhere. This would be some of the remainders from the smaller town that you guys passed through. Same sort of scenario. You overhear them talking to people about being attacked by hill giants, and if anyone that is engaging in any conversation with them, they're kind of talking as well. You know, I saw one of those cloud castles, and you know.
Well, I'd like
That's
to
right.
talk. I'd like to get a drink and talk to them and ask them about where they're fleeing.
Yeah, sure. You know, you guys throw them a couple of gold, and then the drinks flow well enough for 5 people in a small tavern. It's not particularly good ale. You know, if you guys want to
I'm
try
just
to.
drinking, and I'm gonna get shitty on our supply.
Of course you do. Sean goes in with a flask of cider. And was like, I just need a mug.
Right.
Um,
Oh, doors, come on.
You said there's a shop as well? At the
no
Roadhouse?
shop.
No gift shop?
Restaurant. Yeah, no gift shop. I mean, they've got they got T-shirts, Carnath Roadhouse.
They sell any beans?
Any what?
Beans.
Beans? No.
Like
no
magic
beans.
beans.
Nobody being rowdy or anything?
No, this is not the Double Deuce.
Swayze's still on shift at the truck stop. Where did he work? I forgot.
He worked at the Double Deuce.
Oh, that's right. He was the bouncer. Okay.
He was the bouncer at the Double Deuce. The place so nice, you gotta shit twice. So, you guys are pretty rough looking, even amongst, more shadowy cloaked smugglers and such. And this, fairly large half-orc walks up and
What's the other
introduces
half?
himself. His name is Bogluck, and he says, "I kind of run things around here. I see that you guys are pretty well armed. I'm not here to get you to put them away, but I just want to make sure you guys know we don't stand for no trouble."
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a bit derivative.
This could go well.
As opposed to the roadhouse down the street that Fuel's in trouble.
He says, "If you're looking to start some shit, you can head on down to the Double Deuce."
Make sure they have a pussy bouncer.
No, I'm telling you. I do need knives in my boots, though.
I've got weapons all over him.
Speaking,
Not trying to hide any of them.
So, I mean, you guys, there's not a whole lot to garner here, but it's a nice place to sleep. Food's not too terribly bad. There's gates, walls. The walls are pretty formidable. It does not seem to, there doesn't seem to be any evidence that these guys have had any troubles with giants or anything for that matter.
well,
There's not a contingency of like guards or anything, but the gates, the way the roadhouse itself, the restaurant, and the stabling areas are pushed more into the center of these large walls. There's a decent perimeter between them and the outside wall and the inside or outside of the wall. Altogether, looks like a pretty decently planned situation.
so this guy's talking to us, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to ask him, Why haven't you been attacked by the storm giants or whatever?
He says, well, one has to assume that either A, we don't have as much, we get resupplied from the constant stream of wagons that come in and stop here. Anyone who's going between Waterdeep and Neverwinter are bringing plenty of trade goods. So at the same time, all our food is fresh and everything kind of works out. If we do run into issues, we send old Grizzle Pete out into the swamp, and he can usually find us something to cook up and serve. He said, from what we've heard, at least with the hill giants in the area, they seem to be after one thing only, and that seems to be food.
All right.
Okay, well.
We can, I don't know if y'all got any questions for him?
You guys want to cut his hand off and see if this other hand fits? He's a half orc. There's always an option. Chop his hand off.
No, I would like to ask him about if he's heard of the magical orc hand. And in the description, I want to put the word magical.
He says, I have never heard of anything of the sort. He said, I wasn't raised around the orcs. He talks really well. I mean, he's a big, brutish-looking fella, but he's not using contractions and things like that make him seem less on the lesser educated side. He's definitely speaks like he's spent a lifetime around people. You imagine if he speaks orc, it comes out of him the way an orc speaks when they sound in common. But he doesn't know anything about it.
Well, that's good.
Just the superintendent.
Oh, okay. Well, who owns this place?
I don't know, fuck if I know. It doesn't say shit in this write-up. But, yeah, I mean, old George Firmwood owns it, dude.
Oh, George Firmwood.
He owns a whole lot of shit around here that isn't in write-ups. Sooner or later, I'm gonna make a character sheet for George Firmwood, and if you guys find him, y'all better look the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean,
That's
Garner.
I was just going to ask about, well, how far south are they attacking?
He said so far, seems real hit or miss. He says hill giants aren't known for their intelligence or strategy. He says, but the fact that they seem to be moving with ogres and goblins and running in and out with what seems like a plan, and working together, three males at a time. So that doesn't sound like any hill giant I know. This is some of these guys with the wagons will trade with them here and there, but usually it's an isolated sort of event. The females of the species seem to be a little more with it. They're harder to trade with, so if you find, you know, if you're able to engage and trade with them, it's better to do it while the ladies ain't around. They seem to be a little smarter.
Hmm. All right.
But he definitely says it seems to be, you know, very out of place that we're seeing them come in coordinated groups like they are.
Right. So, Is there one path, like one road?
More or less.
We never meet.
I mean, you guys see the map without any towns on it with my little orange mark there. The high road is pretty well maintained. It's pretty well made. You know, think more Roman roads. You know, as opposed to just
Mama's just
grass and
black.
wagon trails.
I don't see anything on my screen.
Maybe you need to. What? Come on.
No, mine's black too.
I don't-
Then, holy shit.
I haven't.
I thought we were doing Theater of the Mind.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get mine to load up. My laptop is being a shit.
So nobody sees anything.
Well, how about now? I tried
my
to
dark
reveal
vision.
stuff.
I'm just doing a reconnect real quick. I'll let you know once my spinny thing stops spinning.
Maybe that's fresh.
Something's happening.
How about that? Anything now?
I don't know. I'm gathering steam.
I'm gonna have to close my window. I'm gonna just close it and relaunch.
Any day now.
Losing my connection to the server.
Well, we'll see in 10 minutes when it loads.
Well, hopefully I've got it to reveal everything because it should
See
just
a
be.
black square. Well, I just lost my connection to the server, so I don't know what's going on.
Mine's reloading, so I'll let you know. Roll 20. At least I have a Roll 20 logo on the stream.
Good God, why does it take so long to load?
The darkness.
I don't know.
All
They might be having some issue. I just went ahead and hit refresh myself, and it did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the loading. Oh, there we go. Mine came up.
It hasn't even.
I closed my window and got back in to get it to load all the way. Because when I just refreshed, it was whack.
Well, mine finally loaded in, but it's still black.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll just play in our brain.
Yep. That's fine. I'll describe. Basically,
Before.
well, basically, when you guys came in starting from Neverwinter, going to Phandalin, it was one obviously major road, a little bit away from the coast. Like I said, you know, pretty well constructed. When you got off on the Tribor Trail going towards Phandalin, it was more worn out, you know, kind of wagon ruts with the grass growing in between, you know. And that's the road you guys spent most of your time on.
Right.
Going back and forth between, you know, Wyvern Tor, the old Owl Well, all that.
Yeah.
And so that was more of like a, you know, like a trail, like a road of necessity, you know. As you came into the little town that had been hit by giants, it was one road in, one road out, a little bit of like alleyways between buildings, things like that. As you come into this one, it's like a gate, like right in the middle of the fucking road. There's walls, a gate big enough to bring wagons and horses through, and then on the other side of the setup, there's another gate. This particular area, there's, it's walled in, but it's got stables, it's got places to load and unload wagons. If there's some like makeshift.
So they're like they gotta pass through there.
They've got to pass through. In fact, the whole space is built directly on the road. The well-constructed high road is going right through the space within the walls. They've got a space set up with pulleys and stuff where they can easily help people load things either off wagons or from one wagon to another. So if there's some sort of impromptu trade as people come in here. So it's it's a very functional little space. But yeah, it serves its purpose. You guys managed to spend the night off the road, get a good night's sleep with some decent beds and everything else. You know what?
Cool.
I think I know how to maybe make this thing.
Maybe, just maybe.
Red lighting. Okay. I wonder if this fucker is all black because Sean, are you in front of your shit?
I'm about to be. I was about to go outside, but I can do this real quick. Dun, 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 dun. And blackness.
Still?
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
I think it might be the roll 20 because mine is acting up. I can't even get anything to load.
Yeah, it might
Sure if it's just my computer or if it's the roll 20 itself.
Well, it's happening to all of us. So.
I just lost Sean and Pat. There's Sean.
Yeah, I just
I turned my camera off. I'm stepped away.
No, I'm looking at the names at the
Oh.
bottom of roll 20.
I'm not in the game. I couldn't get it to load.
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
Up until a few seconds ago. I saw.
I couldn't get anything to work on my end.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I'm just saying, it showed that you logged in. You just hadn't loaded all the way. Something's weird.
Alright, well, since Mike's actually seen stuff, I wonder if I do this with his. Does that change anything?
There.
I'm
There we go.
only 10 there.
I got a big
You
old.
do see stuff now?
Yeah.
Haha, see it.
That's because I dropped y'all's tokens over here on the actual world map.
I
I don't know why it's showing shit, but
Oh wow.
maybe
That's
there's
weird.
a handout.
Perfect.
So that's where we're at. That's where that. Whose token is that? Is that Mike's or is that Pat? And that's not.
It's
Mike.
me and you. It's me
Yeah.
and you, Sean.
But are you who's standing on the float? Like,
Huh?
'cause, like 50 miles apart.
Yeah, more or less.
Well, you know, I went wondering.
I was just curious where this roadhouse is.
It's
We
this
we
little.
are the giants.
It's the roadhouse.
Okay. All right. And there's that path going out through the east.
Oh,
I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that path.
Well, you can see that it's not exactly jointed anywhere. As you guys get further south, let me see if I can line up where you're actually headed for.
Are we headed south or are we headed north?
You guys are headed south.
Oh.
Right, I was just curious about that path. We should have asked about that.
Well, it looks like we have to go into this choke point of coast and mountain.
Uh-huh, that ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping of Roadhouse at Roadhouse, though.
But we can get down to that path if we go down and back up.
Yeah, but we don't know that. I mean, I know that. You know that.
Well, you guys are headed here. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think we just keep heading in that direction.
So Waterdeep is right around here. Nightstone is right around here. And then GoldenFields is at the end of this little road here.
Are you in now, Pat?
Pretty much tell you the path we're taking is the dangerous one.
I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing dark.
Give me a second. I'll get you in here. Hold on.
But you're in the game, Pat. I do see your name. You're blue.
And now it's telling me my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yeah. Well, me and Mike can see stuff now. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see your avatar on the screen.
He's running into like still connectivity issues
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
I think it might be my computer. I don't know.
Maybe, because ours are...
It's been powered off for a couple of days.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You're doing everything as far as your computer's concerned.
Well, I keep mine powered off most of the time.
Jesus.
What the hell do I need a laptop for? Other than this.
I know, but when you turn it on, it's just got to go to town and do all its maintenance and shit.
Oh, I usually update it after our gaming session.
Oh, okay.
That way it doesn't interfere with our next session.
Alright. Let's see. So you guys get back on the road the next morning. Things go pretty well. Let's see if I can find... you pass through a small town called Thornhold. It's not even much of a town. It's specifically a small holding. It's got a curved wall, central keep. There's dwarves. I'm getting feedback from Sean, but there's dwarves. They're not exactly a friendly bunch, but they're not kicking you out into the wilds either. They let you pass through. Things go pretty well.
You can't hear me.
I do hear you.
Okay. I was asking if you were getting feedback anymore.
No.
Okay. Alright, so it seems when I cover my microphone it works, but somehow transmits my voice.
I mean, you're muffled, but it's definitely taking the edge off the feedback.
Plus, everybody here seems to like to take their goddamn mufflers off.
Well, fuck yeah.
America. You ain't driving unless you're screaming, boy. There's the
So this is like a one-horse town, basically.
I get that.
I gotta find you guys a better map. I'm gonna spruce this up for our next, at our next piece. But, you know, you guys cuts a little closer to the coast, past Thornhold. There's mountains to the west, ocean right off the east side of your road. You're close enough to actually see it. It's a little more, you know, kind of like Northern California-ish, where you're, you know, kind of on a cliff, and there's ocean below the cliff, you know, along the east side of the road.
There are people in this town, right?
The Thornhold is more of a small keep.
Okay.
It's got basically it's full of shield dwarfs from the Stone Shaft clan. They're kind of like Shaft, but harder.
This is the no KY keep.
They're bad, mother. Shut your mouth. So
I mean, is there anyone we could ask about the road south of this?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're a humorless bunch, and they're not exactly super chatty, but they're like, yeah, you know, you just keep heading down this road, and sure enough, you'll find Waterdeep.
Alright.
Um,
I mean, we got all kinds of weapons we could trade for information if they have it.
yeah, they're not much into talking. They're
Alright.
they're reclusive and secretive,
Well,
but they are friendly enough.
And now they are poor.
They've got small buildings where they've got like you know, little workshops that help them stay self-sufficient. They're candle making shops. They can help somebody repair a wagon if need be. They've got a little brew house on the site.
They have any,
If you guys want to try to trade them apple cider for you know, some hard cider for some Thornhold brewed dwarf ale, it's not bad stuff. It's not the best ale you've had, but it gets it done.
That's up to y'all if y'all want to vary up our stock there. I would like to trade some. Is there any like any fisheries, any ice houses, any shops selling fish?
No, I mean, like I said, this is more of like a little weird family compound more than it is like an actual town.
Being on the coast here, I've been longing for salted, fermented fish for days now. I guess I'll just look elsewhere.
well, I'm kind of curious if any of these people know anything about giants, if they've seen them.
So we've had encounters with stone giants in the past, but nothing along the lines of what we're hearing about recently.
All right. Well, I don't know,
What have
guys.
they heard recently?
They've heard the same thing everybody else is hearing, is that
Right, all
you know,
rumors and tales.
giants seem to be more active than usual.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
yeah, I guess I'm up for keeping going south. Fuck it if we get in a fight.
Nah, fair enough. I'll make a quick roll. You guys,
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but the Roll20 is not liking me tonight, and I'm
fair enough.
trying to get it to load.
You can pull up
I
the
don't
stream.
think you guys are. Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to be running into much. But as you guys start to near a break in the mountains, the road's starting to kind of meander more back away from the coast. The cliffs are kind of lowering as well. You're getting more sea level-ish. There's still a little bit of mountains off to the side of you. And let me scroll down here.
There we go. Mhm. A little tipsy there.
You guys hear some activity. You can't really see anything from where you're at, but you guys hear some activity kind of over on the other side of some hills from within the space. You know, in the mountains off to your west or east. Sorry.
What
You
kind of
guys
music do
are.
we hear?
You're on the road here. You hear some booming shouts. He's you know, you hear it's a very clear voice, but unless you speak giant, you're not understanding the words that he's saying, but they sound pretty harsh, instructional, and angry.
Like a work boss.
Investigate.
Yeah. You know, you're not seeing anything. If you stay on the road, you're feeling pretty comfortable that you know, you might not have to deal with whatever it is, but you
we
are
can-
hearing the sounds.
We did come to investigate this. So.
You would like to investigate.
I mean, that is why we came down here.
Fair enough. Let me sort out what you're seeing here. Alright, so you guys might want to roll me some stealth rolls. I guess you guys leave the wagon, kind of move over towards the hills. See if you can't get a sneaky vantage point on what's going on.
Ooh, 20.
Pat, stealth roll.
Shit, sorry. I'm still fucking with my computer.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. 23.
Let's see. 14.
18 on the die, and I'm checking my sheet. 20.
20, 20, 14. You guys got a pretty good average. What's that?
I got a 23.
Yeah. So you guys have a pretty good average. Y'all are feeling really confident. As you kind of get over the second hill from where you're at, you see what looks to be an active excavation site. There is a fire giant. Fire giant's pretty fucking big. There are 6 of these magmen, 2 fire elementals, and 2 hellhounds.
Jesus.
The fire giant is kind of, pointing out orders. He has kind of like a weird, he's not holding a sword, but he's holding like a weird rod or wand. Nothing like you've ever seen before. They all seem pretty occupied. The magmen and the fire elementals are the magmen are actively digging. The fire elementals kind of heating things up, making the rock easier to dig into. But once again, without being able to speak giant, you don't really get a great picture of what's going on there.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good idea that it's dangerous.
yeah. Looks pretty dangerous. So,
with that many.
Kind of up to you guys. Do you want to sneak back to your cart, or do you want to throw a rock at this giant?
They don't see us, do they? We're
They don't
sneaking up
see us.
on them. Okay.
Y'all are pretty
We
confident.
should
you're
probably
sneaking us.
leave. I'm gonna say we should probably leave and deal with this later once we get more information. Because this is at least some form of information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not.
The 3 of us are gonna get murdered.
Yeah. I don't really foresee us being able to take these guys.
Nope.
Right,
Not
I mean, we
at
could
this
camp
point.
out. We could go back to our cart, camp out, wake up Amanda and Gary, and probably have a decent chance. But even
Yeah.
A decent chance of dying slower.
I don't think we should
We're
fucking.
level 5 now. We got this. Not the 3 of us. Or all of us together, maybe.
That's the key.
Possibly, yeah.
Can we
possibly.
mark this on the map for future? I'd like to come back to this, but I just don't think now's the time.
I don't think it'd be wise at the moment. I don't think it'd be wise for all of us, honestly.
I'll put you a sad little flesh-colored dot somewhere over where
I see it. Okay.
where things are at. Like I said, I'll have you guys a better map
There's
by Wednesday.
Yeah, no. That's certain.
I say we sneak back to the cart and head back to town. At the very least, they might be curious. This might be useful to, whoever's at the end of our road.
I don't think we should head back any direction. We should head south.
That's what I mean. Yeah, get back on track is maybe what I meant to say.
Right. Yeah.
So,
No.
the rest of your travel seems to go fairly well. you guys make it to Waterdeep. It is it's a pretty impressive fucking city. So far, the biggest city you guys have seen has been Neverwinter, and while a large city, seemed to be more of a large city under construction. Waterdeep is like mind-swimmingly large, well put together, is very established. It's you can see large towers off into the distance. As you come in through the main gates, everything's you're going past guards. They're not trying to slow you down, harass you, or ask you for much, but they're definitely visible as you kind of come through the main roads gate. There are signs for inns, signs for taverns. There's on the outskirts. It's a little more, industrial. There's some various various things. But yeah, you guys are kind of set up. As you come in, it's a busy place. It's kind of hard to immediately catch your bearings on it, and if you talk to any of the guards, they'll be able to point you in a direction for anything you might want or need. But all in all, it's a big fantasy city, kind of like what you'd expect. If you swing into one of the taverns, there's gaming tables, people betting, gambling. Lots of activity going on. But yeah, what are you guys hoping to continue to one of the other named town destinations, or spend any amount of time within Waterdeep itself?
I don't know, what exactly were we coming to Waterdeep for?
It was a big city on your way to either of the other two towns.
Right.
You were going to have to pass through it one way or another.
Yeah, if we don't, there's stuff to see here. I can load a map on the stream, but I think we should just continue through it for now.
Yeah. Let's continue our journey. We could at least stop in for a drink if they know anything.
The town is really huge, though. I just think that would take forever to do any exploring here, but there's got to be like 15 taverns along the way in and out.
Yeah, we can always stop on one on the way out,
Yeah, let's do that.
Ask some questions and, these giants and everything something. It doesn't seem like they've been attacked or raided. So, I guess because they're a big city and they're attacking smaller places.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the location of some fucking place before we get you guys moving in. Let me check the intro. Aha, there we go. All right. So yeah, you guys swing into a tavern. There seems to be a lot more lively than anything you guys have stepped foot in as to yet. It's a very very mixed bunch. Previously, in Phandalin, it was more dwarves and miners and a couple of humans. The other locations, were more human along the road. Mostly humans fleeing from the small town that had been bombarded. But here there are elves, halflings, tieflings, half orcs, peoples that you don't even currently have a name for.
Yeah.
It's a pretty lively bunch. There's active gambling happening at tables. There's people hanging out and spending, talking. There's working ladies. There's the bar itself is pretty busy. It's quite a happening joint. Is there anything in particular anybody wants? Does anybody want to pull up a chair at a gambling table? Anybody want to, try to ply anybody for information or?
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask about the giants.
They say up to now they honestly haven't really seen anything.
Boy, we might have some news for them.
Well, they know that giants have been more active, but they seem to have steered clear from the major city for now.
We just saw a whole team of giants and other races working together right outside your city. Thought let you know.
Right?
Yeah. They seem to be trying to do some kind of mining operation or harvesting stone, something. Quarry, not sure. Maybe gathering supplies to build something. So, putting that out there.
Yeah. That should definitely be related.
Yeah, so they
maybe there's somebody else in town that this would seem more useful to than somebody at the bar, though.
well,
You never know who's at the bar, though.
yeah, you're chatting maybe with the bartender or whatever, and he says, yeah, holy shit, let me make sure I can, pass this info along. This definitely seems like something we should know about. Those mountains aren't exactly far from the city. Man, that is a shitty handout. But I guess it gives somewhat of an idea of what's going on there.
What does?
Oh, you'll see. So,
Okay.
once again, some gambling, some hanging out, some dicking around. It's all together moving along.
Did you get your drink, Sean?
Yeah, I'm sure I have by now. We can go ahead.
Well, of course, he was talking to the bartender, telling him about shit.
That's right. He's probably getting his drink on.
So at this point, you guys, have to come to kind of a decision whether it's Nightstone or whether you're looking at Nightstone or you're looking at headed up to GoldenFields. GoldenFields is up here. Nightstone is at the base of these woods here.
Well, if we go up there to GoldenFields, Atuat can talk to the druid, and that might be useful.
I think there's two of us that have something in GoldenFields, and then Sean has something in the other town.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, GoldenFields is good.
Yeah, we should probably head there.
All right. So you guys start making your way. You're a little bit outside of town, but Sean, you hear a voice in your head. Sounds somewhat familiar. You're having trouble. Well, you would have trouble placing it if they weren't quite so direct and to the point. But it's very sternly asking what is the progress with the search for the hand.
Oh, the dragon? Or the
Sounds
ogre.
more
Ogre.
more gruff and guttural and less dragony.
Orcish.
Yeah, a little more orcish. Says
Didn't think
the
we were gonna
exact
be able to
words are
backburner that forever.
the exact words are, "Where are my hand? Where is my hand?" You can reply to this message.
My hand, like, you mean his hand, or the hand
Smart
of
ass.
his own?
Well, we've cut off a lot of people's hands. You should be more specific. Isn't that-
Okay. Ooh, what do I want to reply?
I don't know. I mean, we've got it.
Does Xenos only hear it, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably because I have it in my pocket.
Look at Xenos, man. He looks all kinds of confused and all.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on.
Hey, well, before I reply to this guy, I want to kind of enlighten them to what's going on, that I'm hearing the voices.
Oh shit!
I might need to go to the hospital.
Right. Like they got a decent psych doctor in town.
Hear something, say something.
Or I jump this back and into the canal.
Sean is not driving the cart, is he?
No,
No, I think Amanda is.
Fair enough.
Put on your foot.
A horse is trying to walk, but the back of the cart's caught on a tree.
we'll get there eventually.
Anyway, guys, so this is going on. This guy's asking about the hand. What do y'all want to tell him? Because
Can you identify who it is?
not per se,
But
but
it's some sort of orc
sounds
sounding
like
voice?
guys.
And there's only so many people that know about this thing.
There were the two orcs. One of them was, very much more of a fighter-looking orc, and then the other, seemed to be more of a mystical advisor.
I think
Right.
This is the prior one, the fighter.
Right. Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, they all sound the same.
I mean, it would be the guy with the mystical powers, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can hear him, but you can't see him.
I don't think the other guy would have those powers, but he might. You don't know. I don't know if he's
What's the guy's name? He was like Shakhtar One Eye or something?
Yeah, Schechter One Eye.
Yeah. It seemed like he was the brains of the bunch.
Well, I kind of have a feeling they're contacting us somehow.
Yeah. So I guess now is our.
Well, do remember that the guy told us that he was getting visions from his god as to where this thing was located. So they may already be aware that we have it.
Right. I mean, we could always tell them where the mine is, the Phandalin mine, and send them in there too.
Well, I think they may know that we have it personally. Is what I'm saying.
Well, they may not.
Let's play a bluff.
What are they gonna do?
Let's let them know that we're getting close.
Ooh.
We're almost
Bring it.
there. We have heard good things.
Really, are we making our way closer to them as we're making our way down, or are we going further?
You're much further now.
Way far away. I'm just gonna tell them, look, we went into the Phandalin mine. There was a lot of enemies in there, and it was hard to get, but we didn't get it, and we weren't able to get through there. So if you want to go, here it is on your map.
There you go. That'll buy us time.
It's their map.
If they don't know.
Sends them a link to Google Maps thing.
What we send everybody else there already. So it's chaos.
Do you have the hint? No, do you have the hint? No, do you have the hint? Like 15 different factions asking about the hand.
Voice comes back in and says, "Where can we meet you?"
How about Phandalin?
Hey, I have an idea. You want to do some? If you want to do some chaos, well, we just found a place where there's a bunch of giants doing some mining.
Yeah, let's meet him there.
That would be that'd be a pretty out of the way place to have a meeting with our Dark Army. You know, if there's problems with the giants, I'm sure they can
all get along.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could mark that on the map for him. I mean,
So do we want to do that though? Because that's gonna like push us in one direction that we can't come back from.
yeah,
Fun,
that's
but
what I
we
was
thought about it.
We send everybody else to the mine. We send them to the mine too, and then it's chaos. Who knows? They might all die.
They might want to.
Well, I don't know if they're going to take the bait. Is the thing. But
Well,
if we tell them to meet us, if we tell them that we're going to meet them to give them the hand, then they'll meet us anywhere we tell them to meet us.
I think at this
So
point,
if we tell them to meet us where the giants are and just don't tell them about the giants, you know.
Yeah, the Giants might be gone by the time they get back, but I don't know. If they were doing it in some kind of operation, they might be trying to stay there.
but that's
Yeah, let's.
that we
You know what?
our line.
That's what I'm gonna bring our evil army over there. We're gonna make use of them.
Okay, so you more or less describe the mountains as they drop off close to the high road. Yeah, you know, kind of describe the area that you pass. So they, yeah, they're like, you know, we'll be there in 5 days.
All right. Well, we got a few errands to run, so.
All right. So,
Side.
so headed north to GoldenFields.
Are there hallucinogenic mushrooms anywhere? I haven't found any yet.
It's the dry season. What are you trying to do, dog? That's not your pizza. No.
It's not going to California and picking some.
And you guys, whoops.
Loading a different map up, I guess.
Yeah, you guys
Black map.
pull into GoldenFields. Give me just a second, and I will slap
Thank you for being a friend.
tokens over here.
There we go.
Are you seeing it?
No.
No, we're just giving you affirmative feedback.
I still can't get my shit to connect to Roll20, so I'm not sure what the problem is. So I'm just kind of imagining it for now.
Let me
I'm not
ask
going to
you
be on
this,
for much
Pat.
longer anyway.
Can you try a different browser?
Let me move my token. Nope. That don't do anything.
I already
Yeah,
set
I'm
my
moving
computer
your
down.
Oh.
It's not cooperating.
Roll20 is tablet friendly if you have one.
I have one, but not here. It's I have it in storage.
Well, you pull up the stream and look at the black screen. Or I can
think I
describe
know
it to
this
you.
too.
It's black. Oh, now it's not black. Now it's fields of gold. GoldenFields, even.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
tokens seem to be more scalish.
Seems to be aptly named.
I just see our 2 tokens.
Pat is like phasing in and out of reality. He's on the ethereal plane. He's there. He's out of phase at the moment.
Yeah, I'm probably I'm
Is it
probably not
common?
going to be on for much longer. I'm gotta lay down. I gotta be at work in the morning.
Well, let's let you go talk to your dude, your druid.
You guys probably aren't going to get much more in.
Yeah, Pat's checking out. And
Yeah, I was just gonna chit chat for a little bit longer, and probably gonna call it. I still gotta unpack my cot and everything, and set my bed up.
oh man.
So there is huge walls, gatehouses, the trail ends at a magnificent stone gatehouse, carved with images of a full-bodied woman
All right.
cradling cornucopias. The gatehouse is a fortress in its own right. It's tall, really thick wooden doors, arrow slits. There's, there are people kind of, there are guards. Seems to be heavily guarded. There is 4, 5, 6. That's 16. Yeah. So there's couple of scouts kind of meet you a little bit away from the doors itself. They ask you, what your business is here. You guys have kind of emblems of your faction. Whether that's the emerald
Yeah, I don't know really who I'm looking for, so I definitely got mine out where people can see it. They're looking.
So, Mike, do you
Oh yeah. Mine's
flash them a badge?
yes, mine's I've got a nice shiny headband, sequence headband with a bow. I've been working on it. It's been a long trip.
So for the Emerald Enclave,
D&D, what you say becomes real.
It's a headband, man. I can burn it.
so the scouts let you know, they're like, once you find, we can definitely get you in. We'll get you set up. You're gonna want to talk with one of the abbot's men. And they'll be able to help you find what it might be you're looking for.
Cool.
As you get up to the gate, once again, this thing is huge. The gate is like crazy fortified. The walls are 60 foot high. As you pass through the gatehouse, there's an inner wall that kind of cuts along behind the outer wall that's 20 feet high. I mean, as you step within the space of the map, but do you guys see the entirety of the map, or just kind of space around your?
No, I see everything. See all the fields, the title at the top, the mile marker, top view, outer wall. One
Good.
square.
So you can see the mile marker. You know that this straight wall that you're just walking into is damn near 6 miles long in and of itself.
Yeah.
It's a mind-boggling kind of setup. The fields are, there's anything that can be grown is worked out in these patches. There is as you're walking through, there's guards everywhere. Just at the gatehouse, you kind of quit counting at about 25. There's still plenty more.
We can take them.
We'll have to take easy on the house then.
As you walk in, there's a 20-foot tall statue of a woman. The plump, smiling woman with her hands on her hips, in a garden of golden wheat. Big statue with a roundabout around it. The roads here are way big for your, big enough for your.
How many people are going the wrong way around the roundabout?
Right. There's at least one wagon going the wrong way. and Aaron is driving it. So as you you see the big road that you've got runs another couple miles. The city center over here where I'm making the ping.
Some sort of stone.
That's just the way the town is kind of laid out with the kind of semicircles.
Oh, those are plots. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, little buildings and such. There's a decent amount of people here. There's a barge right in, as in barge like a boat, and write like WRIGHT, like the craftsman. So it's a nice little pun there. The barge right in. And they've got spaces for you. There's livestock. There's plenty of stuff going on. You guys still don't know exactly what you're looking for here. There seems to be, quite a bit of religious folk. This whole area seems to be kind of like a mixture between farming community and kind of religious temple, kind of all mixed up into one.
Kind of midsummer.
Any particular
Midsummer,
religion or
however you pronounce that.
What's that, Pat?
any particular religion, or are they mixed?
With the amount of depictions of large women, you seem to think that the deity has been depicted on the drawings and the statues. Sean could probably make a religion check and know a little more.
I think we walked into Dollywood.
I would say that this is probably a low enough DC that Sean identifies it pretty quickly as. Let me make sure I get this name at least butchered halfway decently. Let's see here. The deity is Chanti, and it's kind of a deity of farmers, bounty, food, Mother Earth type setup.
I do know that.
But for now, this is definitely stepping up for some stuff that I don't want Gary or Amanda to miss, or at least Gary. Amanda will, realistically probably miss it anyway. But you guys are staged up in town. You've got a good spot.
If y'all want to watch a movie to give you a feel for what it sounds like, watch Midsommar. Yeah, Midsummer. But it's pronounced Midsommar. They give you a feel for some crazy shit that goes on in these towns, and I wouldn't eat anything. I would stick with what's in your path.
Yeah, I know what that's.
So,
Any chicks
kind of
come
where
on
we're
to you.
at.
All right, that sounds good. Well, is there an inn that we can real quick grab a bite to eat? Sure.
Yeah, you guys have pulled up to the barge ride in.
Oh, that's right.
They've got people that help you out. They've got stabling and kind of set up your wagon and your supplies. As you guys get into get settled in, you definitely note that the ale here is pretty fucking awesome. You do remember the taste. This is the ale that you were served by the orcs.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Coming
I
together.
get drunk. There's gonna be a drunk dragonborn stumbling around the common room, so watch out.
Maybe we can roadhouse.
So,
Oh, I think next week you're gonna get your fill of roadhousing.
Alright. Well, guys, it was kind of a weird session for me.
It's kind of a weird one altogether.
I rolled one
the
time.
transition here, was a little rough, but we're getting it. And
I was kind of glad it let me log in, or let me join in while I was going down the road. Like at least I got to talk.
Yeah. Well, we didn't fight or anything, encounter anything, so not a biggie.
yeah, I didn't have as much prepared for you guys to immediately start traveling to any of the destinations. You guys also seem to, hone in on GoldenFields a little more so than Nightstone. Not that there's anything, wrong or appropriate with it. It's just that once this deal for GoldenFields kicks out, you'll know what I'm getting at. I really kind of expected y'all to check in on the Dark Army and either A, immediately hand over the Orc hand, or B, provoke some kind of altercation by being squirrely with it.
Yeah. Well, that's where we had left last.
5 days.
What's that?
They said 5 days. They'd be there in 5 days. So.
Yep.
Yeah,
That works out.
It that way a little, because we do need to sort that out.
So I had in my.
I kind of like this idea of pitting them against the giants. This is, I think this is a good idea. I say when they get there, we just pretend that we just rush in and aggro the giants real quick, and then we'll just be like, "We're under attack! Help!" And get our Dark Army to help us fight the giants.
Well, what else do you have a Dark Army for?
Yep, fair enough.
The job.
Remember, there is a dragon in part of this army.
Yeah, that's right.
All we gotta do is say, well, they weren't there when we passed through there earlier.
Right?
Oops.
I think we can play this. I think it could work. But I guess we'll find out Wednesday, because I think I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so I can start unpacking my stuff.
I think next week is pretty much going to be an off week, so we'll circle back after Thanksgiving.
That makes sense.
Yeah, even for the Wednesday, we're going to be heading out or pretty early in the morning to go see my family on Thursday morning.
You going up to Magnolia?
North Zulch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there. I remember the farm equipment.
I got you muted out, baby.
Oh.
She just woke up.
She's
She's like, hey, everybody.
Do I steal a lighter? Where do I get this lighter? That's not a lighter.
So, I think we'll kind of end off here. For this particular piece, I'm gonna need to spend some time sorting some of this shit out.
Alright.
But it ought to be interesting.
Everybody have Thanksgiving. You head back.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's
happy
right.
Thanksgiving, everybody, and I'll see everybody later.
Absolutely. I'm gonna cut y'all loose. We'll circle back. Everybody, take care.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye.
2.
Phil, you still there?